got it.
I think we're almost live here. Hey, by the way, it's pouring down rain. Is it? How is it up there in your neck of the woods?
It's 2 shakes of a lamb's butt from pouring here too.
I love it. Hey, good morning, everybody out there in video land. We are live. We're currently live on, I'm going to actually start recording. We're actually live on Facebook. We're live on Facebook. We're live on LinkedIn. We're live on YouTube. We're getting ready to expand that to Instagram and TikTok in the near future. The value here is if you're able to have a message that can help other people, you want to get it out to as many people as possible. And that brings me to my very special guest today, Elliott Serral. How do you pronounce it, Elliott?
Serral.
Serral. I knew I was close. Elliott, I've known Elliott for a little while now, and I was super impressed. We ran into each other in Las Vegas and did some video together. And what was so amazing was that he's been risking it all with video. So I'm gonna turn it over to Elliott right now and ask him to tell us a little bit about his story using video. Elliott, it's all yours, baby.
Well, I guess I should start with the very beginning. Got my real estate license in the early 2000s, and I kind of took a hiatus. I was kind of pulled away from it I was actually a nightclub DJ for 24 years, and I got involved in a nightclub in the capacity of ownership and remodeling certain clubs and DJing and managing and running, and one thing led to another and another. But my real estate license actually expired in 2009. And I had to go get it again, go through all the classes, everything all over again in 2016. So, but, I was exposed to EXP, and the whole environment is technology and the future. And you can't get into that without getting involved in video. So I kind of started, and when I first started, I knew about YouTube, and I would put these videos on, and after a short period of time, I realized I was doing everything wrong, and I mean, I could sit here and talk for 2 hours, but if I really want to get down to the brass tacks and use a good example, one good example would be, you can put a video out of 555 Cedar Creek Lane, but who in the hell is Googling 555 Cedar Creek Lane?
Bingo.
People are looking at Martha's Vineyard. People are looking at Myrtle Beach. People are looking at Malibu, California. So without getting into too much details, you can use the keywords and the search engines and the SEO to gear you towards those areas, and they will filter down to you. And that's kind of a basic way of putting it.
So you're primarily in North Myrtle Beach. So you've focused, and I understand that you've made a decision to go after the high-end properties, which is great. Tell me the top 3 videos that you're making right now and why you're making them.
Well, for example, North Myrtle Beach has got a section called Windy Hill. It's more kind of a laid back section, and it's got high-end people, and a lot of people out there that may be watching this may have heard of a place called Barefoot Landing. It's a big entertainment, shopping, dining complex that's over there. So I did a whole video on Windy Hill, and like I said, if you make a video on a specific home, it's not going to get as much of a traction. And just for example, there's another section. There's a big subdivision over in Myrtle Beach called Brighton Lakes, and those homes are basically $500,000 up. So I kind of did a master video on the whole subdivision. That's getting a lot of attraction. There's another condominium, oceanfront condominium complex called Sands Ocean Club, and it's really unique because it actually used to be a Howard Johnson, which means it used to be a hotel, which means all the utilities are on 1 meter. So your HOA includes everything. It's really good for investors. It's one of the only places in North Myrtle Beach that's got a live band, live music outside by the pool. They've got restaurants. They've got a nightclub in the lobby. It's really unique. So not only is it popular for vacationers and investors, but there's a lot of people that live, say, in North Carolina, like 2-3 hours away, that'll come, once a month or 15 times a year, what have you. So that's kind of the main point I'm trying to get across here is being more broad than one little specific thing is you're going to have more attraction, more.
How many followers do you have right now on your YouTube channel?
About 3,000.
That's phenomenal. So every time you go and do a video, and we'll talk about live in a second, you're going to potentially reach a pretty significant audience. Can you imagine what that would cost any other way? I mean, you're like a TV DJ here with the ability to do that. I noticed that when we were in Las Vegas, you were doing a lot of Instagram reels. What's your impression of the reels? Do you think those are something people should be doing?
Absolutely. I mean, we didn't have reels a short period of time ago. Now we've got reels. In the next few years, we're going to have something else, but people are always changing. Whatever's at the forefront of technology, you know, people's attention span are getting shorter and shorter. So that's perfect. That's one of the things that got me interested in YouTube and videos, really YouTube to begin with, because people's attention span are short. They want to see something real quick, get the point and get it over with. When I was a kid, you know how when you're growing up in school and the last day of school or the last day before Christmas break or the last day of the semester is like you've got all the work done, and a lot of times the teacher will bring in a TV and everybody will watch a movie because it's the last day of school. When I was a kid, I was freaking bored. I would look around the classroom and everybody was glued to the TV and I was freaking bored. I don't want to sit there for 2 hours. If I go to the movies, as soon as the previews are done, I'm ready to go home. That's why I like YouTube to begin with. I can watch a 10-minute video and I'm done and I'm to the next thing. So
can I share with the group something that you're working on right now, the seller's guide video?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So here's an example. And so what Elliott has figured out is that if you're doing short videos about a finite area, you really want to put a value proposition on that, right? It's not just a video. So in this case, Elliott had figured out using KV Core, which happens to be a tool that comes with his EXP, affiliation. But so he puts a video right next to these instant home search, home values. And now I'm going to show you what it looks like here. Let's go over here and we'll see about playing. I'm going to optimize this for video. Okay, we should be good here in a couple seconds. Elliott, can you see my screen there?
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, so this is the mobile site. So he made it sexy, put, horses on the beach, something interesting. And the mobile site has 4 different things. It has a video, but it has instant search for the neighborhood report, the home value, and a different one for another area for the home value. So we're going to actually share with you now the key piece to this. And this is his video introducing his North Myrtle Beach Home Sellers Guide.
Hey guys, Elliott Serral with eXp Realty here in North Myrtle Beach. You know, I love living here and working here in North Myrtle Beach, and I wanted to thank you for signing up for the North Myrtle Beach Seller's Guide. But one of the things I hear most often from the general public is they don't know who to trust. You've got this agent calling with a free CMA. You've got somebody else calling, hey, I just sold one over here, I can sell yours too. So what I decided to do was to create a free, no strings attached Seller's Guide. It's going to give you 3 separate home valuations along with some other information you might need in preparation for selling your home. When do I sell my home? How do I price it? Do I need to stage it? Many things that may be of help. If you've got any questions, give me a call.
So
hey guys,
what I love about what Elliott is doing here is that, and this is a little backstory, home value tools have been on agent websites since God was born, and nobody's ever used them, right? Zillow, on the other hand, is crushing it. Why? Because you're going to get a value without having to log in, have to do anything. They're going to give you a little value. Elliott has figured out that he has the ability to deliver 3 different valuations with no login. In other words, they put in their address, they're done. How does that work for him? He's actually built a funnel system, which we're not going to get into, that actually has so much value for the seller that they're happy to give him basic information into his funnel. which is going to stay in touch for about 18 months. But then the first thing he sends them is a little link with their home value, 3 different values. People appreciate that, the days of, putting that big thing in the way of your site, log in here, sign up here. People, they don't want it. That's why Zillow, and by the way, if you're a real estate agent, you better know this. Zillow is currently marketing to your clients 100% in Myrtle Beach, in Malibu, in Daytona Beach. It doesn't matter. Anyone that has ever put their home value request in, they have set it up to gather that information, and now they're marketing to get those listings. So it's kind of keep your eye out for the third party products. So Elliott, real quick, are you using Instagram, and what are your thoughts on that for an agent? Does that work in your area? Looks like we got a little. Elliott got frozen there. Hopefully he'll be back. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to answer that question for him because I've seen his marketing. So Instagram is like candy for kids, right? It's more instant gratification. Okay, we may have that. Elliott?
Okay, all right. I don't know what happened.
I was answering for you, but I'm going to redirect. Tell me about Instagram. Is that a tool that you're using? What has been your response?
Well, it's been great. It's like I was saying earlier, I look at this whole social media and real estate business and everything. If I can do an analogy real quick, it's like if you had a wagon wheel and that wagon wheel had several spokes on it. If any of those spokes are broken, it creates a flat spot. And whenever that wagon wheel goes over that flat spot, it's harder to move forward. So, it's hard to talk about this without talking about EXP being on the forefront, because like when we were in Las Vegas, every breakout session, every training was on video and social media and technology. So having said that, yes, Instagram has really gotten everybody's attention with the short form content and the reels. So yeah, you've got to have that Instagram, but you've got to have the YouTube. If you don't have that, there's another flat spot. Then you've got to have the TikTok. I've got the Snapchat. I've got the
LinkedIn.
Facebook. I've got everything working in unison. And let me say one other thing. When you showed that the seller's guide,
yeah,
another one of those buttons that was at the very top is that phone button. They can click and call. Right. And if you've watched any of my videos, any of my social media, I harp and hammer on answer the stinking phone. There's people here in Myrtle Beach that spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on billboards and marketing. And the number that's on that billboard is not their cell phone. It's a secretary or a menu or an automated call, and you're dead in the water. They're going to the next person. So you've got to have everything. So yeah, Instagram is great, but you've got to have everything turning and burning.
So it's funny you say that, and this is a side note, but since it's rainy Friday, I'm going to touch on it. I want to write a book, how to quadruple your production. It's going to be a 1-page book. You're going to open it up, and it's just going to say one thing: answer your phone. I called a couple agents yesterday, right? I have not heard back from them. They have no idea why I call. Many times I will refer buyers and sellers to different clients. A lot of people are not answering the phone. And why would you put anything other than the mobile phone? I think we lost you again there. So one of the things about technology is that it works best when you've got a good bandwidth. With the new technology coming out with 5 and just faster phones, it's making video a absolutely much better tool. When I started first working with video, you couldn't move it around, right? And now you can move it around and people can get it and digest it on the phone. So it looks like we've lost Elliott. He's my perfect, he'll be right back. Elliott, you're back. I was going to say, he's my perfect guest. He just listened to everything I say. So Elliott, real quick, because just to summarize, so your point was that you're putting a call to action on everything. you're putting the spokes in the wheel. Just tell me briefly, and I know you're doing it because I'm doing it for you, but what's your experience with LinkedIn? You think that's a good place for video?
Yeah, again, you have to have everything in place, but LinkedIn is when you're going to do your not only attain business, but that LinkedIn is a great place to network. So you may get referrals from other agents in other parts of the country. You might find good lenders, good mortgage people. Hey, Elliott, I own a car wash, and this guy's advertising his car wash on LinkedIn. He said, man, you guys are killing it. I got this guy that comes and washes his car every week. He needs a good realtor. I'm sending him to you. So yeah, LinkedIn is awesome. Every type of social media has its different plus and minus.
Yeah. We're going to be doing more of these, and I'd love to because I like to keep these quick, man. This is 15 minutes. We're done. Where can they follow you on Facebook, Instagram? What are some of your handles?
Any of those, my first and last name, Elliott Serral, and especially YouTube, serral.tv. It'll take you straight to my YouTube. I'm going to come out with the Serral Show. Yeah,
I love it. Well, you actually have done that. I've seen your videos out there. You're talking in the community. You're doing a great job. So if you're watching this video and you have questions, you can always reach Elliott direct. Elliott, what's a cell number where you're going to get that call?
843-902-5267.
You sound like a radio or a TV personality. You got to love that. Well, congratulations and thanks for being on our Zoom. I'm thinking we're going to do this again. I want to dive into live streaming, which is what we're doing now. So thanks everybody for showing up. Elliott, thanks for being our guest today, and we will see you all on the other end. Have a great weekend.
If you want to sell it, call Elliott.
Love it. Love it. Go for it.